Alrighty. Hello everyone. Welcome on in. Thank you so much for joining us for this stream demo of Joint Operation. Sorry, we're also trying to do YouTube casting as well at the same time. I have no clue where my YouTube is. I realize I probably should have gotten a link to that, but I have no clue where it is right now. So we're we're jiving. Anyways, thank you so much everyone for joining on in. We will be beginning shortly. Once again, this is gonna be a pretty what do you call it? This is gonna be a pretty chill stream demo. You know, this is not gonna be to the same level of perfection. Well, you know, there's still gonna be scuff on the main event, but there's still not gonna be to the full extent of the main thing. So, you know, do expect a little scuff, do expect some technical difficulties, but we'll try our best to get things rolling. Anyways, without further ado, hello everyone, welcome on in. I am once again your host, Ohio Hina, and we are going to be running this main event. Of course, I will not be the main person that will be shoutcasting everything because, oh god, no, I would not know a single thing that would be talked about. So we will be bringing on some lovely casters very shortly, and we'll be introducing them so that they will be able to actually run you through what the games today will be. But once again, we are going to be doing 2 matchups tonight. So we're going to be having, let me go to see. The first one is going to be Yuri versus Kelp for the very first. And then afterwards, we're going to have NPS versus BH. So, and each of those 2 matchups will have 2 contingencies that they need to go through. So 4 unique contingencies in and of itself that, you know, they'll be going over for the first time. The main thing is that with these contingencies, you will not be seeing them on the main day. All right, keep in mind this is fully supposed to be a stream demo so that whatever you see here, you know, you can be like, oh, well, maybe if I secretly piece them together, that's actually what we'll see on the main day. No. These are gonna be just be literally, they were last minute throwaway contingencies that were like, what are some things that we can come up with for like the stream demo? We're like, okay, let's just come up with some. So yeah, hope you all enjoy. Honestly, if I'm being honest, I barely took a glimpse at them, so I don't know how they are even gonna be. But I do want to say, you know, big thank you to the 4 teams that are going to be demoing with us today. So thank you so much to the 4 of them for volunteering. We'll be beginning to all of those very shortly. I do want to say thank you so much to everyone for tuning on in. Sorry, I wish I could say, you know, hello to every one of you all. I do want to say, Condor, thank you so much for the Prime. Let's go! Woo! And thank you to also the follows, and then all that such. I appreciate it. Welcome. Nice to see so many new faces. But yes, also, this is the first time that we're doing dual casting on Twitch and YouTube. So if you are watching from the YouTube side, please let me know in the Discord afterwards what the feedback is. Because if it's really laggy and fucked up over there, I need to know before the main day. But yes, one last couple of things that I will be going over with before I pass it off to the casters and get the games showing is that I'm going to be going over the main premise with you all. So you will have a general understanding as to what to expect with Joint Operation. So that hopefully when the main day comes that you will have a good idea as to what's going on. We'll be going over the same thing, of course, during the main day, but might as well just go into a little bit more detail now. Anyways, welcome everybody. Let's switch on over now. Alrighty, so welcome to Joint Operation Shatter Coast. This is the stream demo that we're doing today. But we, you know, I have to say, you know, big shout out to Ambrose for coming up with these amazing, beautiful slides. And you see all this overlay stream stuff. This is all big, you know, shout out to Ambrose who did an amazing job. But let's get started, shall we? So, what exactly is Joint Operation? Joint Operation is a 3-man relay race where teams collaborate to clear 3 maps as quickly as possible. And the maps increase in difficulty throughout the relay race. So we see, you know, 3, you know, players down over here. They each will be taking on their own map, and it is, we classify them as easy, medium, and hard. However, one main catch is that the squads must be interlocking. And what do we mean by interlocking? So team members cannot repeat any operators across all 3 squads. However, we do have an exception for alter operators because they are considered separate operators. So if you look over here, all 3 of these people, all 3 of these doctors, they wanted to try to bring Amiya. Unfortunately, you cannot bring the same Amiya. However, if you want to bring different versions of Amiya, if you want to bring Medic Mia, Guard Mia, feel free to. If you want to do Scotty and then Scotty Alter, feel free to. It's mainly that we cannot have to have any overlapping, and part of the reason why we do this is because the whole point of joint operation is that we really want to test people's flexibility, but we also want to test your flexibility when communicating with your teammates. So let's just say you are affected by something, you need to change up your squad last minute. You can't just change it up. You have to also make sure, your Zuola, I kind of need that. Is it by chance that I can steal your Zuola for my strategy and then you switch it out with someone else? So it very much, we are trying to really make this a multiplayer experience for joint operation. So I know, human interaction, talking to strangers, crazy work out here. But I hope that you all have fun with it and enjoy this interlocking segment of it. Alrighty. Let's also continue a little bit forward. So the relay race portion of it, hopefully you all know what a relay race is, but just so we're clear on how it pertains to joint operation, teammates cannot start their map until the previous player finishes. So if we see over here, it's currently on map 1, and then we have to go until all of the enemies are cleared and it says mission accomplished before the next person can begin. Contingencies. So I alluded to this earlier, but to make sure that you cannot use the same strategy through and through until the very end, this isn't supposed to be a regular speedrun, right? Like if you just copy the CN speedrun strats online, you could, it's not going to be interesting, right? So the whole point is that each round in the bracket, we introduce new contingencies to really try to spice things up and make you think on the spot, right? We really want to reward the people that have studied the maps the most and learned how to beat it in a variety of different ways, right? Like if you suddenly cannot use these operators, what are you going to do? So that is the main thing to keep in mind. However, we're not trying to be super ridiculous. Only specific players on the team need to take it unless specified, right? So usually for most of the time, only like 1, maybe 2 players are going to be affected. So in that case, let's just say there's one map, one person that really doesn't want to take, it's going to ruin their strategy completely. You can often be like, hey, I volunteer, and just say, I'll take the hit. I got this. Last but not least, we do have some restrictions with Joint Operation Shadow Coast. These 5 operators are going to be permanently banned throughout the whole event. So you can think of these as permabans. On no occasion will you be allowed to use these, but you're thinking like, bro, we have like over 300 operators. No way we're only banning 5. There's like so many other strategies that you can do. Well, a new thing that we introduced this joint operation are incremental bans. I don't know what that evil laugh was, but the main thing is that we will be tracking operator usage throughout all the rounds, and we'll be seeing which are the operators that people seem to be relying on a little bit too much, maybe the most popular ones, right? And we're saying, nope, that one's out. So instead of us trying to figure out and theorize which operators you all will use with the perma bans, we're gonna literally see what you guys use, and then if that is the most popular operator, it's gonna be gone. Of course, we're not having another Swire incident. If you know, no Swire incidents. So just keep that in mind that we really want to test your adaptability. One last thing, I think I did see most of you already do this on Discord, so thank you so much if you've already done this. But if you haven't yet, please make sure that you change your Discord username to follow this structure. This is just mainly to help the TOs be able to see, when they see all your screens, so it's exactly 1, 2, and 3. So sometimes if it's off, even by a little bit, it can mess it up. So make sure you follow this exact format. All right. And then also, if you run into any technical difficulties, don't worry, life happens. Just make sure to reset and share your screen whenever you can. And in case you aren't familiar, these are the 3 maps that will be featured in today's stream demo, but as well as the main event. So we're going to be going through SN10 DHEX8CM, as well as ICS4. And I think, these are some last minute tidbits. I think, should be pretty straightforward. Probably won't go over it because you all will probably be experiencing it on the main day. But without further ado, I feel like I've probably yapped enough, yapped your ears off. So I will be handing it over to two amazing, lovely casters right here. We have Comfy Kahuna and Wookie Jesus. They both stream on Twitch. So if you all, really enjoy their personalities, make sure to please send them a follow and check them out afterwards. But with that, I will be muting myself and getting ready to go. Alrighty. Let's switch on over.
Well, it seems like we're here on the screen today.
Hello, welcome on in. Joint operation. Are we ready?
I mean, I am. It's been a while. It has been a very hot minute.
It's been a minute. It's been a fat minute. But what we're going to be doing tonight will be amazing, Wookie. And I do believe that it seems the teams that are coming out today will be. I like their names. I like their names a lot, Wookie.
Mm-hmm. What names in there?
That's very interesting names. Oh wow. Oh, I'm gone. I'm a black screen.
You have been.
I am gone.
Who turned off the lights for my co-caster? Why are your lights out? Where'd your lights go?
I would like to see. Is this Hina's basement?
It's okay. I'm past. Oh, is that? Did you fall through the secret passageway into the mod basement? Is that what happened?
Oh no.
Oh man, I gotta pass you some here. Take some like night vision goggles. There. Oh, never mind. Lights are back on. There we go. We figured it out. Oh, you can see again.
I'm back. Do not bring me back to that place. There's no water. There's no food. All right.
Things they don't feed us. No, actually, we get pretty good here. We get pretty good. But speaking of, kelp is a food now that I think about it. You can eat kelp, if I remember right. I feel like kombu is actually for kelp. But we have Team Yuri versus Team Kelp, which is, words I didn't think I'd say, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I don't think I'd say that at any point in life, but here I am. But on the side of Team Yuri, we have, if I butcher your name, I apologize in advance. But we have Quill, Meeply, and Seal on Team Yuri versus Keltara, Koyomi, and Condor on Team Kelp.
Oh yes, this is I love Yuri, as in young unpaid Rhine interns, of course. Nothing else of that sort. And it's going to shape up to a very exciting match. I'm liking these team names. We haven't seen much, to my knowledge, from both of these teams, so we're in for a ride, folks.
I mean, the interns get paid. They get paid in experience. That's how that works, right? Totally. That's totally how that works, right? But map should be interesting today with what we got upcoming, because we showed the maps. I'm looking at the maps. I'm like, oh, I got an idea of what might be brought on. At least a couple of those. The third one, or I guess technically the second one. I'm kind of jumping out of order with two of the ones for my expectations here, but. What are you thinking? What I'm thinking? I'm specifically thinking of map 1 and 3.
Oh, are you speaking of? Are you speaking? Oh, I am in the basement. Okay.
Dude, you gotta keep falling through that hole, dude. You gotta stay fall through that hole,
man. I don't know what's going on,
You're
but
still. How are you falling vertically?
I don't know, Wookie, but I'm happy I'm back. Okay, but what? Please continue what you were saying. What were you asking of me?
Oh, I'll just say well, if you think about the first map and the third map, so the first map I believe is SN10 and the third map is ICS4. Are you thinking what I'm thinking for those of like, what might we see a bit of on those maps? Do you think of any overlying trend or some kind of event mechanic that we might work with? Or maybe not event mechanic, operator, like something an operator can do.
Oh,
those maps.
like there's a lot of invisible enemies And you know, we banned a certain like swing, but another swing still remains in play, which I predict today is gonna be used, gonna definitely be used. So, do you happen to know what that operator's name starts with?
It coincidentally, I believe, starts with the same letter that the mechanic that I'm thinking of, the operator ability, starts with. It's also an S. So we're kind of on the same page here.
True. True damage. True sight. Yeah. Chat. I'm pretty sure you're picking down what we're putting down. You're picking up what we're putting down here.
Surely. But, anywho, I do believe. Well, again, it is JO, right? And would it really be JO if we didn't have some fun contingencies thrown into the mix? Right?
Oh yeah,
can't have it too easy for him now.
Not at all. All right, so, let's get into it. Let's get into our contingencies. Let's spice things up for this match.
What level of spice do you think we're getting? Think we're getting like ghost chili pepper? We're getting like maybe just jalapenos? What are we thinking here?
Ooh, maybe a slight habanero. Okay. Slight, like nothing too crazy because you know it's a demo. Oh, all right. So what we have here, if I could see, medicinal restrictions. Medic operators in this team squad is limited to one archetype. So this will be one archetype, wandering medics, all that, and everything else, just one. Okay.
If I'm interpreting this correctly, it means that any medic they take in that squad has to be all of the same archetype. So like, if you're taking a single target medic, I think all the other medics have to be single target medics. If I'm interpreting this one correctly. Or
correct.
Alternatively, if you bring a multi-target medic, then all of your medics, if you bring more than one, they all have to be multi-target medics. Or if you want to go full psychopath, if you bring, what we like to call the Harvest medic, the Reed Alter, then you're just like, all right, we're just going.
Oh yeah.
We got to shoot everything to heal. All right.
The full offensive medic. Sometimes the best way to save a life is to take one, and that is Reed.
Honestly, that's just preventative damage. Like, if you take away the source of the damage, then, I mean, you don't gotta heal if you just remove where it came from, right? It's like, what is it? Ounce of prevention is worth a cure, right? So it's like, I mean, there's a few ways. There's definitely a few ways to approach this. Other ways I can think of maybe cheesing it a little bit is, I believe Calcit still counts as a single target medic. Because she can throw down monster, but she is still, I believe, a single target medic, or I believe the in-game archetype is just medic, just like
correct. And that's the same archetype as other strong picks such as Warfarin and Silence, also fitting that single target medic field. And Silence AoE heals absolutely strong, and Warfarin getting that extra damage buff really might just turn the tide here. If they do select the single or core medic, I'm reviewing here, it just says medic. So, and we also have multi-target medics, therapists, wandering medics, and the new addition of, Chaincaster monster. But yeah, I definitely single target medic or regular medic, strong choice.
I'm here just like, are they just like, it's like, I'm still just like, they're just called medic. I'm just like, I feel like I'm still gonna refer to them as single target just for the clarity of going like, what kind of medic do I bring? Oh yeah, you bring a medic. It's like, what do you mean I bring a medic? I'm asking you which medic I bring. So I'm like, I'm probably gonna end up referring to it as single target medic. Clarity. Yeah, just for clarity. Right. I'm like, yeah, the medic archetype. It's like, what do you mean the medic archetype? It's like, you got multi-target, you got chain med, you got therapy, you got wandering, you got all these different
incantation, but no. I'm sticking with the medics. I'm sticking with medics. We're like
medics.
No. We'll go with single.
I'm gonna go with single just for the sake of clarity for y'all.
Right.
Like, it's like mild adjustment, but I'm trying to think what map they would bring. Like, who would be the one to take that one? I mean, I imagine if you're taking it on one, it'd be one that you don't really need that much heals for, right?
So I know Sultifer Navis 10. With the first attack, that definitely needs heals, or some really strong medic defender. And honestly, I do personally think core single target medics would be the best option here, next to probably monster, because they serve two purposes of DPS and, you know, just healing overall.
Yeah, so it's like any one that you only need like the singular one, or I mean, I've seen setups where for SN10 where like, I mean, you don't even necessarily need a medic if you have the right setup, right? So if you don't even need a medic, you could just take the contingency. It's like you can only use one medic, or like I choose none of them. So that way, you know, it helps out your teammates, right? Because if you take a medic arc, if you take certain medics out of them, then they can't use those medics, right? Even if you're taking contingency, you know, if you're like, I choose monster or whatever, you know, maybe your teammate on, you know, on EX8, right, DHEX8, they're like, oh man, they're like, oh man, I kind of wanted to use monster to go beat up, right? So, well, now they can't. So
yes,
part of JO with the contingencies is like, it's just who is gonna be the one that doesn't need to, who honestly is affected the least and doesn't need to take a different option, right? Because if you take an adjustment, then if it's someone that your teammate uses, then that gets a little, you know, you can see kind of like a bit of a cascade that goes all the way at the end, and that might be enough to cost you the map. Well, not cost you the map. It might still win the map, but it might cost you, you know, the match.
The time, right? And you know, the milliseconds that count. The milliseconds, and that's what we're really looking for. And you bring up an amazing point, Wookie. You bring up an amazing point. It's gonna be really cool to see what we have cooking up here. From other medics that I could see, multi-target medics, Nightingale being the only 6-star, along with, you know, Talopsis and Breeze. You don't hear that name every single day. Breeze being a, you know, multi-target medic. I hope to see some play there, because Nightingale will definitely help out if they do bring out Nightingale on SN10. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see the options that both Yuri and Kelp bring to us tonight.
Do you think Kelp are going to bring, like, operators associated with the sea, like Iberia or Aegir? Because they are called Kelp, so I'm here just like, okay, like, are you gonna be like what kind of Kelp? Are we gonna like dried Kelp? Like if they bring all land operators, they don't bring like Iberia or Aegir. Like, are they like now dried Kelp? But if they bring like, you know, if they bring Iberian or Aegirian operators or ocean ones, are they just Kelp?
You see, we're reducing to Kelp, but their team name is Kelpo's Chowder. What operator likes to eat chowder and is also associated with, you know, Abyssal's Aegir?
Well, that'll have to be questions for later, because we are now on the boat for Stultifera Navis' SN10. As here we go, I believe the Will of down. I think that was a... Actually, who is that up in the corner? Oh, that's an Inez. I was like, usually don't see Inez from behind, so I'm like, who is that again? But... is Inez knocks that one out, as we got a Logos setup. I think that's a Logos S1, judging by how long it's taking that skill to charge. Yeah. And we also have Grandpa Sancta.
Oh wow. I wonder if he is built completely out. Relatively new unit from the new banner. And we also have Yuri going over here, going with a Myrtle setup near the blue box. And you know, it's just going swimmingly right now, no pun intended, for Kelp and Yuri. I just really... Okay, we also have an Exia pick on Yuri. That's gonna take care of the Reef Breakers up top.
Also, a lot of power being brought out on that side early on. Exu S2 hitting very, very, very hard. Which makes me wonder, I'm like, ooh, well, what do their teammates have planned for the next couple of maps, right? Because I don't believe either player is taking this contingency. So I don't see a little contingency indicator, which means that, you know, it's opened up for, you know, for the various other... Because one of the other two are probably going to take it then, just judging by this. As I believe kill counts are in favor of Keltara right now. Will of Wee Many is going into phase 2 there, as, like I said, Exu S2, big number.
Huge, absolutely big numbers. Although it's a counter at Keltara, it does have, hint hint, the operator we were mentioning earlier in the stream, Silver Ash with a Silver Ash True Slash, taking on that Reef Breaker, trying to see has a pretty hefty lead here, 53-48 here. Just getting the damage down is going to be the name of this game overall throughout this whole challenge.
That is phase, I believe that's phase 3, maybe phase, actually that probably was phase 4 there. I can't count. Little bit of struggle counting, but unsurprising to see Inez come out on both sides because Inez gets so much value by just leaving her there, right? You get Invis reveal, right. Sam, like that. Kelp's already through the first map. As we're going on map 2, Koyomi is taking the contingency, already in. Koyomi opting for a singular Wandering Medic. So Wandering Medic, no Mulberry being allowed, but like I said, there's a lot of ways you could juggle around that, right? They have a Shu on the board. Shu S1. Again, you're probably going to see a lot more S1s or stance changes because it's a lot less button presses. You're thinking like, oh, they gotta, it's like, what difference does one button press make? It actually will make enough of a difference in a really tight match. But, hey, Comfy, do you see what I'm seeing on Meeply's screen there? Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
Oh, this Viviana play, and also, as well as you're talking about, just the auto skills on Vulpes as well, setting up Viviana for this kill on Poncho. But with also, the whole oh.
The Vivi is cool, but what I was actually looking at, I saw a bee hunter, and I was like, that was a bee hunter for a second.
That it was a bee hunter for the opening. Very wow.
The question here is, can Meeply do enough to get the third player for Yuri? Are they able to do enough to get them into position to be able to come back at the end there? Because they are still down time-wise. And I think Meeply is running, I think that's like, what's that, a lot of guards. I think that's a whole hack and a Vulpes. So it's like very, more relatively, operators that people don't necessarily expect to use, but still do plenty of work in their own right. And I really like that view, or I really like that when they do that because it helps your teammate, right? It's a team play.
Absolutely. I've not seen another interaction with Hohayak just swiftly taking down Poncho and, just keeping that off, I would say off meta pick, just to keep, like what you said, other picks that maybe harder stages or your teammates can actually just use. So it's really nice to see, the Bee Hunter, Viviana, and Hohayak, and Entelekia.
Yeah, Entelekia S2 actually being able to help it cover 2 lanes on Meeply's side there. You see the extra damage coming out. It's a little bit more coverage. You got a little more damage. Every little bit counts, right? But I don't know if it'll be enough because I think Team Kelp is going to be able to go into this with about a 5-kill lead here. As, again, both contingencies have been taken here. So the question is, can Condor bring it home, right? Oh, I see a Psylocke. I'm happy already.
Oh, we love to see it with the Texas. We're getting the DP down very quickly here. Vulpes activation. Yuri coming on behind on the tail of Condor. Seal, can he pull it through? Interesting. I love to see it. The Wang Qing, that plus HP in the same direction facing. I want to see how he utilizes it in this match. Looks like Gladius going up here and just setting up a baseline. Very safe. A very safe play.
I believe that is a Virtuoso setup on the left side to deal with the Minimalist, the drone when he shows up, Minimalist boss. And I think that's a Nymph. I think that's a Virtuoso Nymph combo setup. Very big amounts of damage that they can pump out. And I think that's I'm trying to tell who's that at the bottom there. But I think that's Lemwood. Yeah, that's Lemwood, all right. Yep, that's definitely Lemwood. As Minimalist is now getting mugged by the Schwartz on the other side of the map. Oh, wait, 2 whole hats being used. We saw one in map 2 on Team Side of Yuri. On Team Kelp, they're using the Levitate just to juggle Minimalist. He is not going anywhere.
He is not moving from that box. And what's also really good about this setup is that also we're stunning the ball throwers, which actually is really good because once they're enraged and they really do a lot of damage, especially on ranged units. And the range units here are simply just, they're there to take out Minimalists. And if we're not able to clear out the ball throwers, then obviously we're not killing the boss. But Minimalist is down. And right now, just clean up. Just got to be careful of those. Protect the range units is the name of the game here.
Yeah, it looks like range units are being protected quite well. I see the Blana set up too with the S3. You could tell by the shape of the brick, right? That's what I've caught him nicknamed him. I just called him a brick. He's got like 14,000 HP. Man's built like a brick. He's good to go. But
he's chunky.
Minimalist is dead on both sides, but yeah, that slight kill advantage is still there for ICS4, but it's starting to even up a bit. Seal is actually trying to catch Condor, but it's still just ever so slightly, and they inch a little closer, but then like the spawn timers are just that a little bit faster. The setup's just a little bit more there, right? On the side of Condor.
Right. We're beginning to see it here as we're rounding out the final 4 enemies on Condor's side with the Lemon activation taking the final map. And that'll be W for Team Kelp. Kelpo's Chowder.
That was about like 3 kills there. That I think the difference maker there, at least from what I could see between Condor and Seal there, Condor had a setup just camping the right side red box and the left side red box. So you saw the lead web, right? Like the last 4 enemies showed up, died immediately.
Yeah.
Whereas
just instant nuclear strike down.
Just instant, right?
Down. Instant. Don't even think about it.
But then for Seal side, you saw that they were able to get a little bit more distance. You know, we're probably going to hear us say this a lot throughout, you know, actually on tournament day and probably throughout the demo, where we're like, every little bit counts between the first player, second player, third player. Every little bit counts because where it all comes down to is how fast your team finishes the map the maps as a whole. It just all comes down to who's and any advantage that you're able to give your last player, that's less pressure they have. They're like, okay, you know, I can. You know, they may not necessarily see it because they're probably focused on their like, oh, I gotta lock in, right? But every little bit, right? Every little bit will count.
Down to the S1 skills. Yes, build your S1 skills because you don't need to go into bullet time to get into them. You just plop them down, they do damage. And that's what probably made the difference here. And yeah, that is first set. So, GG's.
GG's well played, but most honestly,
GG's well played.
Very good effort by Seal to catch up there. I think they managed to narrow that gap a little bit, considering the relatively large advantage that I think that Kelp had going in there. Yuri was actually able to catch up. Team Yuri was actually able to catch up pretty close at the end there. You know, not quite neck and neck on, you know, as we saw, not quite neck and neck, but that was a good bit of ground that was made up. Like, if you also guys notice, that Virtue was actually on S1. That Virtue didn't need to be on S3 because that's one less skill to activate. But it's like, oh, you know, but the S3, it does so much more. It's like, but the only thing you really need Virtue to do there, especially if you're trying to kill the middleless boss, you're running a Virtue div combo, you just need to proc. You just need to proc the necrosis.
Proc the necrosis, yes.
And then Nifs just goes off, right? You activate Nifs 3.
Yeah.
The drone phase is gone. You just gotta, you know, punch minimalist as he's trying to run around. or in the case of Kelp, just don't let him run around. Just kill him there anyway.
Yeah, and you know, just the seconds timing of, you know, you get that extra bit of damage like you were talking about with Virtuosa S3, but really we're just looking for the proc for Virtuosa to proc Nymph's true DPS, because that's what's really gonna burst down all the enemies and everything. So yeah, just a couple seconds difference, as we can see, folks, makes a huge difference. And
that's the important part, as you know, as we saw with the contingencies. I think it was both on player 3 there. But it works. I think, what is it? For Yuri's side, they just didn't use it. And then on Kelp's side, it was just a singular wandering medic. As speaking of contingencies, we do have our second contingency here. This is maritime diplomacy, which means that you must field as many available operators following factions as you can, which means, well, there it went for a second. There we go, it's back. As if you're going for Penguin, if I believe, if understanding it correctly, if you have that operator, you have to bring them.
That is correct, Wookie. That is correct, and it could only be from these 4 factions. We do have some strong contenders here. Yansui, wow. Carlin Trade, Black Steel Worldwide, and Penguin Logistics. Fortunately, no Abyssal Hunters here for all those Abyssal lovers at home. me included. Trust me, I love my Abyssals, but
you can still bring them in if you don't have that many operators from the various squads. I mean, it doesn't matter if they're built or not, right? That's the thing. That's the big part. It's
if you have them,
gotta bring them.
You take them.
You gotta bring them. I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, like I think Carlin Trade might have some. You know, you got Silver Ash, right, in Carlin. Actually,
Swing.
Yeah, you got Swing. Trying to think if Pram counts as Carlin or Karag, but I don't know if they've fiddled with that at any point or another.
I will take a look at that for you. Carlin operators include Aurora, Cliffheart, Courier, Gnosis, Kiera, Matterhorn, Pramnix, and of course our Swing Silver Ash.
Yeah, so you got a mix of debuff. You got a mix. You got a decent mix there. Alternative, you could go Blacksteel. I think Blacksteel. You have Franka. Franka is actually very good for DPS. Kind of underrated in my opinion, because when you use Franka S2. You got a chance for effectively true DPS because you're just ignoring, you're ignoring defense. Granted, it drops your defense, but hey, just don't get hit, right? But
oh yeah.
But it's like I want to say if you want to try to go for a bigger squad, Penguin or Blacksteel are probably your bets because Blacksteel you have Liskarm, Franka, Vanilla,
Jessica,
Surfer. Or like the 5 that I can take off the top of my head.
Almond. Don't forget Almond.
Oh yeah, Almond.
Will we be seeing Almond on the big stage? Because, like you said, I believe Franka's a really good choice. Thermite Blade, true damage, chance of true damage, basically. Not counted as true damage, just technically doesn't scale with the collectibles and IS as true damage. It's basically true damage, but not counted as it.
Yeah, it does still get affected by things like Fizz Dodge because it's not actual true damage because it's defensive more, right? It's pseudo true as how I describe it. But we're getting some information that we're hearing some things in our secret channels. Not really, it's we're just getting informed by the mysterious voices in our heads that I believe Quill will be taking the Penguin Logistics contingency. And I believe from what I'm seeing here, it's a Texas, a Croissant, and an Exu Altar. Obligatory Croissant. And then on the side of Kelp, it looks like that will be Koyomi taking the Yan Sui one. I think there's actually a few more operators in Yan. It's not just the Sui Sibs. But if you're taking Sui Sib, I'm like, that's a... Like... The question if you're taking Sui Sibs, though, is like, you have like 4 defenders in that. You have like 3 defenders in Sui alone. I would know because 3 of them are all dragons.
Resident dragon player.
There's a Yan.
I'll talk all about it.
It's like you got a Yan, you got a Shu, you got a Yu. Like the most damage, like out of those 3, the one that's probably doing the most damage is gonna be the Yu. Be something onto him. Probably dies like immediately, or very quickly because things didn't really account for elemental damage way back in the day.
Right.
But that's my one. And then on the Penguin Logistics side, though, like if they don't have that many Penguin operators, like being able to use Exu ult, it's like, oh no, I'm being forced to take Exu the New Covenant. Whatever shall I do?
Oh, all right. Going straight into the second set. All right. Quill starting with the Myrtle box, typical Myrtle box, but we got the Thorns into the hotspot in the middle. Just trying to get the basis of our defense down. It looks like Keltara is that an Executor Altar? Is that an Executor Altar I see?
I would believe so. I mean, honestly, not surprising. He's kind of we kind of jokingly refer to his ground altar. Just with, with his book, between the damage output, I mean, he's got shotguns, he's got short range. I mean, honestly, similar there. I don't think Keltara really changed their setup. You still got the logos, you still got Execute, you still got Exu up there. Like, yeah, I don't think that setup changed much. I mean, you're gonna see the boss die like Oh wait, he lasted longer than half a second. Actually lasted longer than I thought he did. Good job, little guy.
Still dead. Still dead.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, the dead fish is a dead fish.
Man, respect him for trying his best, right?
And just absolutely lemon blasted on Quill's side. Similar setup, setting up in the top right just to kill the first to speak, more like the first to die. Let us see what's going on the left side. Quill got the left side down on the lock. We have Jay with Lapland to avoid the dodge. And it's shaping up to be quite similar.
Yeah, similar-ish setups. Quill opting for a more, what I would say, classic strategy of using Lapland to silence both the Nethersea Founders and any of the, what I like to refer to as the dodgy boys.
The dodgy boys.
You know, you don't really got to worry about it if they can't dodge, right? And again, Quill not having that many ping logistics operators, doesn't need to bring that many. But that's the thing, right? If you have to bring a few of those penguin operators, how much of your damage are you sacrificing overall on the map? Because that is a pretty significant advantage that Keltara is ahead by. We got a 61 to 51. That's a pretty wide kill margin that Team Yuri is going to have to make up in the middle stretch and the last spurt there.
Yeah, just straight Kelp going straight onto the second stage here. Mountain in the hot spot. We go in Myrtle, and just looking at the hotbar, looks like we're just setting up some powerhouse plays. We have Chongyue. I'm assuming that we're going to be placing in the very center for the cross damage. We have Typhon, of course, for the top right. Quill actually just pushes on to the second map. We got Mapley on the second map, and Vulpes Fogia S1 again for that no bullet time reaction.
Wait, is that? I don't know exactly which skill that Chongyue is set up on. I want to say it's actually might be S1 if his skill gets used, because that's less presses that you need to do, and it's one big punch as opposed to having to charge it up 5 times. So I'm kind of wondering what skill that Chongyue is using, because if it was an S3, you'd be activating a lot by now, like bullet time be damned, but they're not, which makes me want to think it's either S1 or S2. Not entirely sure there, because again, I haven't seen the skill icon. But
Right.
Poncho has already been evaporated on the side of Koyomi, and he is
He's gone.
soon to be evaporated on the side of Meeply. Also, by the way, that is a much, which I'm like, Matoi Maru being used.
That's my girl, Matoi Maru, and also B Hunter making a repeat play here. We love to see it. Hohayax holding down the middle ground, just holding Poncho, and also the rushing boats in place, taking a lot of the pressure off, just so Matoi Maru can do the DPS. We love to see it. I love to see that.
I was gonna say, aren't you like, well, Matoi Maru is a 4-star dread now, but I was gonna say, aren't you enthusiast of a certain 4-star question there? But again, the lead here though is still ahead for Koyomi.
Koyomi's, they're both chilling. We have a slight 4 enemy lead here. It's looking like Meeply is going for the same strat of bringing less operators to once again help out with the teammates on his team with his operator selection, and also just showcasing not only low operators but the B Hunter and Matoi Maru here, just cleaning up. Entelekia holding down both sides, and it's looking good on both sides.
Yeah, Koyomi's still gonna finish with, I think the lead got bigger here though. That's about a 7-kill lead. Last time, without this contingency, it was about a 5-kill lead. So I'm not entirely sure if Kelp is going faster or if Yuri's going slower. I want to say it's about the same speed for Kelp, but it looks like that contingency is having a bit of an effect on Team Yuri there with some of the adjustments they had to make to be able to take that, as Condor's already getting set up on the side of Kelp, and they don't have to change their setup. They got the Lemwin. Right, they got the Lemwood set up. I think that's a Pawsey set up there. Got the Scotty, got the damage set up, right? They got the Blonde, right? They're going to be able to go into this with their same setup.
Right, this is looking like almost a mirror matchup here. Let's see if Team Yuri can pull through. We're going with the same S1 Virtuosa with the Nymph combo in the top left, and Condor opting for the setup on the bottom left, absolutely nuking Minimalist, spawning top right. Schwartz got it with the defense shred.
but a little bit awkward on the bottom side there for Condor. I was seeing one of the dodge enemies. Iblana does need to kill an enemy if she wants to summon her big summon. And doing the, oh, I need to throw down this bagpipe so this guy dies there in time. But slightly different Iblana deployment, or slightly different S3 deployment there. Because I believe the last time he was closer to the red box. So I don't know if that's going to affect the time. But something to I don't know, keep an eye on, as Minimalist already got mugged on the side of Condor, but not yet of Seal.
Right, and it seems almost identical to the last set, where we're just seeing those slight adjustments, those slight timings, those slight skills, just making a difference here. Oh, the face smacker got rid of Virtuosa. We might see that a lot tonight because retreating operators actually,
it's slower. It's a time loss.
It's slower.
Straight up,
it's slower. It's time loss. So if we do see operators dying, it may be on purpose, because that extra 2 seconds of clicking the operator retreating might make a difference. So we just let them die.
Kind of got to channel like the Bell Doctor to a sense of like, if they die, okay, maybe not to that extent, but if the op dies, they die, because, well, you know, like I said, the time loss, right? That's the biggest part. It's, you just gotta hit the time, as I believe the last 4 or 5 enemies are about to just disappear from the side of Condor. I see a very angry Lemon.
Lemon is aiming the shot. Oh, and there it is. That is the set. Team Kelp takes it. And of course, Seal putting up a fight here. Rounding everything up.
Yeah, still a pretty good clear on the side of Seal, but the problem is just when there's enough of a gap, right? It's like, can you adjust your strategy in time, or, you know, you just gotta bank on, all right, if I finish my opponent messes, we can catch it up from there, right? How do you, what's the mentality of that end? That's what I'm kind of thinking, right? If you're behind, how do you catch up?
I believe it's just down to the team comp, and, you know, what Joint Op really wants is your flexibility to really just take any stage, practice it to hell with a bunch of different strategies, and adapt to it, and try not to stick to a single strategy. And what happened here was the strategy did work, but it was seconds a bit slower. So maybe, just a little bit different operator pick choice here, and it might have gone differently.
Or hear me out now. It's actually big brain moves, because you don't want to show strats on stream.
Oh,
you got to sandbag a little, right? It's like, oh,
sandbag.
We're running this strat. It's like, and then actual tournament day, psych, we're running this one. We're actually much faster. Lull your opponent, that would be a good strat. Lull your opponents where they're like, oh, I don't want to show my strat on stream, and then they go, actually, we had a faster strat because we sandbagged first. I actually don't know if that's going to happen.
The mind games. The mind games. That the psychological fact that we're just going to see teams maybe, you know, inflict the sandbag effect, but surely not. As we go into the next matchup, we have NPS, National Player Stealers, versus Broken Home, BH.
Whip.
Oh, Whip. Okay, Whip. We have 2 hands. I wonder what the inside joke is on that.
That would be what I like to call a Zyrathan classic. Zai has 2 hands. One for Asgen, or I think if I remember her name, she actually pronounced her name Asgeni, and one for Aesthesia. That's why they have 2 hands, one for each bird. But looking at National Player Stealers, like, all right, who'd you steal your players from? If you're National Player Stealers, 1, what team did you steal them from? 2, what nation did you steal them from? That's 2 different ways to steal things now.
And whose players are stolen and who's stealing them? Chen Dragonkin Eister versus Cray Starnancy and Zyrathan. This is going to shape up to a very, very fun match. I'm excited. I'm excited for this one, Wookie.
Yeah, I'm looking at them like, okay, I'm looking at Zai's team. I see Zai. I'm like, is Zai actually gonna run meta or is Zai just gonna run bird? Right? Is it like I'm here just like Zai is known around the community for being a Bird Knights player, Bird Knights nicher, one of the best nichers that I know personally. So I'm like, are we gonna have like kind of a niche versus meta situation, or are we gonna have meta versus meta? Like, I wonder what we're gonna run into here, right?
I would assume birds are on that list. They are team flip, so it would be wrong to not have some bird usage here. So I'm gonna go with my gut. Say Zai, going with the birds. All flip. So the question is, are the rest of our Zai's team is going to be using that? Because if you're going only niche, that does open up things for the rest of your team. Because if you're using niche operators, you're probably using operators that, again, they're niche for a reason, right? That means they're not as common, they're not as well known, they're not as the go-to pick for certain situations. Right.
We'll find that out as we're going to see what contingency these teams get to play around with here. Or as I like to call, how they get kneecapped this time around.
I can't wait. Final hour. When a certain number of enemies have been killed, the player cannot deploy any more operators. Map 1, 57, 64. Map 2, 28 out of 34. And map 3, 38 of 42. Now, in other words, once you see this number at the top of your screen of the remaining enemies, you can no longer deploy any more operators.
Simply put, any skills
right? Can be activated.
You can, I imagine you're allowed to retreat operators, though you really wouldn't, because as we mentioned, if they die for about half a millisecond faster, or about half a second faster, with the click times. But yeah, this is basically going to reward people if you know the map. Honestly, if you know the map, I don't think this will be able to affect people too badly. Because if you know the maps, right, you can see the spawn, like, okay, here's all the spawn timers, I need to be set up like this at this time, so you're able to get the setup before the kill timers. As, let's see, we do have our players taking the contingencies. For Team Flip, it will be Zai taking the contingency, and for Team MPS, it will be Eister taking the contingency. Which, again, me personally knowing Zai I'm not surprised as Zai would know like kill spawns down to like the last second, right? Like so spawns at this second at this DP count. I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised about that. So it's kind of a battle. Oh, go ahead.
And if anything, maybe this contingency, since it's a little bit later on in the stage, it might not affect any strategy at all. As we begin to watch here, and it just seems to me that this contingency, it can either ruin your run or it could just not affect your run completely.
Yeah, because if you know the thing, you can set up ahead of time, right? You can set up longer range ahead of time, and you don't have to worry about like, oh, I have to play someone really close to them. You can just skip that entirely, right? And I'm sitting in chat, Mouse is like, no fast redeploy, fast redeploy. Honestly, you probably wouldn't be really running fast redeploy in this tournament just in general unless you had to. Because every time you deploy something, that takes time. That slows you down just a little bit, right? And what you want to do is, full speed ahead, right? That's where you want to go. As here we go, map 1, getting started here, SN10, Crave versus Chen, no contingency for either player on this map. Very much of a different setup. I say no fast redeploy for you. I see 3 different fast redeploy at minimum already on Crave's side. So it's like, all right, way to make me look like a fool immediately.
But wait, Wookie, it's Crown Slayer. Crown Slayer with the stun. I am very, very thrilled to see what Crave has in store for us as we're going for the left side shut up from Chen to handle the trash mobs. Again, we see exec alt, and on the top right we have a similar setup from the past set where we have Logos, Inez, and Crave going for a similar setup here with Gladia and his AoE and her AoE.
That is actually Specialist Knights out of Crave there If you look at it, that is that's actually Specialist Knights. You got a Kazemaru, I think that's it. Yeah, that's an Iana. You got a Mizuki setup. Got Ella. Ella's not really surprising there. Ella's a little bit surprising there because every time you deploy the mine, that actually does take some time. So it's actually a little bit like, ooh, that's an interesting choice. See how well it plays out for them.
It's definitely a trade-off for a very, very risky trade-off, but it may pay well for the fragile that's very easily activatable. You just place on the map, but like what you said, placing it costs such little and precious time. Let's see if it makes a difference.
I think something may have went a little bit on the side of Chen there. I believe that is a leak. I saw a dodgy boy just scuttle on through, which means that Team Fwip now has an absolutely, and I'm going to steal from your phrase a little bit here, an absolutely nuclear advantage here in the kill count. I think I used that correctly, right?
Nuclear disadvantage here. We're going into this 55 kill lead. Let's see if NPS can come back from this. Do not know what went wrong, whether it was the exec alt on the left not being able to hold down and just them just creeping through, maybe dying on the spot where exec alt was. But we're seeing Crave on the right just letting all of that seaborne mess just take over the whole entire map, and he doesn't care. He just doesn't care.
Doesn't matter if they're stunned or CC'd in any single way. I think what happened with Chen though was one of the dodgy boys that's going through that topmost lane managed to sneak through, didn't take enough damage, probably got a couple dodges in and just wiggled on through. But Star Nincy side, let's see what is Star Nincy playing. So Crave's playing a niche. I want to say Zai is playing niche, so I'm looking at it. Oh, this is Sleep Knights. Star Nincy's playing Sleep Knights.
Oh, wow. Even with the Terror Research Commission bringing them also in, we love to see it. This is the heart and soul of joint operation, just bringing operators that we don't get to usually see onto the field. Let's see if we can get Sleep Knights to pay off here. This Poncho explodes.
That's an Iblana S2 of skill that you don't really see too much from Iblana because, you know, you're going to see S3 out a lot more from 2. But S2 is about to be procced on Poncho, I think, just to be able to, you know, if Poncho's asleep, he can't hurt you, right? And if you're constant damage during that time, see Iblana with that, I think it's like a 12-second sleep. It's absurdly long, as Poncho's actually just dead. Like, not yet, but there he goes. I was like, well, any second now. There he goes. As, I mean, Chen just got to do the best to move on, to get to the next map, so his team can be close enough to catch up in the case that Team Fwip, you know, goofs up something and loses, you know, has a leak. Because if Fwip, basically this is Fwip's match to lose. If they don't leak an enemy, and they just play their game, it's going to be very difficult for MPS to catch up. Unless they have, like, the god tier strat.
Absolutely, and it seems like Chen has switched strats. Opting for the U and Ulpian play, just trying to lock down that left side, and, you know, just absolutely just destroying them with Lapland Altar, just taking all the safe picks here, it looks like, just to make sure that we get this stage cleared out so catch up to the Poncho stage. But it seems Sleep Knights is having fun. They're chilling out, they're sleeping everyone, they're doing what you said, Wookie. Taking it slow, taking it firm, just making sure not to lose the lead, because that is a massive lead, and all they got to do is just keep it up.
Yeah, they just have to sustain it. Like, they don't need to rush it, right? They have an entire map advantage at this point, functionally. As soon as that last sailor dies, down he goes. He's died in the water, so he's, you know, half asleep and dead in the water. Probably one of the worst ways to go, if I'm being honest there. As here goes Zai. Zai has the final hour contingency steals. Remember, Zai cannot place down any operator after, I don't remember the exact number, but cannot place down the operator, after 38. After kill 38, Zai cannot place down any more operators. Honestly, I'm kind of just looking at Zai going, what niche is that? That is Sarkaz Knights. Wait a minute. Zai, you're a bird. The bird is playing Sarkaz Knights. The bird is playing the Sarkaz. The bird has too many niches prepared.
We have the little devils on the screen. Hoder holding down the line with this crazy crusher damage, base attack damage, highest in the game for their archetype. In the top left, it looks like we're going for a buff setup with Warfarin here. And Logos also supporting. We have Surtur holding the line. Surprising, we're not going to be using Surtur for the boss here.
I mean, no need. Because, one, he's flying, and ironically, one of the few things that Surtur can't hit. And then secondly, I mean, he's going to be running around. You have a lot of it around. So you got the lane hold. You got a pretty chill lane hold with Surtur there, is what I'd say.
Yes, just ignoring the dodge here and just clearing out in the top left. We have the top left setup going off right now. Typhon was set up on the right for Zai. Over on NPS's side, it seems that we're going for a powerhouse play. We have Typhon set up in the middle. Lemon with her.
That is a leak from Zai.
Oh,
hello. I mean, they still have time though, because Dragon King hasn't finished the second map yet. So Zai actually does have time to reset here, but I would say a rather uncharacteristic leak there from Zai.
A turn of events here.
A little unfortunate there, but again, Zai still has an entire map's worth of. We're not an entire map's worth anymore. The map, that buffer time is gone, and now the question is, is Chen was player 2? Is Chen able to? Oh man, we were slandering Chen on first map, going like, no, they messed it up. It actually Chen. But Chen cleared up S2 here, and they gotta get in that third map. They just gotta be able to get that third map for Dragonkin, so that they're able to catch up here. As Zai is I believe Zai is running into number one problem of Kaz, as that is another reset from Zai. That is 2 resets from Zai. Running into the Arknights problem of no DP. That is actually a major problem that Arknights players do run into, because their Vanguard is Minim and Vigna. That's it. As all of a sudden, NPS has the lead from being down an entire map. The bird is not familiar with the Sarkaz, as it turns out, for ICS4.
Oh no, and maybe going for the Vanguard plays, helping out with the opening might help. We're going with a different setup here, Minim, to help start out. On the left side, we have NPS already taken down Minimalist. He's on the ground, getting bursted down by Entelekia and Aofiala. Going for a different sort of placement on Zai here. But will it be enough this time to hold down the line?
I mean, at this point, it's less about holding down the line. It's you're playing catch up now. If you're Zai, you have to play catch up. You have to reset twice. Like, Dragonkin is ahead by about almost 10 kills now. Okay, was ahead by about almost 10 kills now. And we have another reset. Map 3 is a game of throws right now, as both players have reset. 3 resets between 2 players at this point. So this is getting a little bit spicy here now. Anyone's game at this point, because honestly, I don't know who's going to have to reset next.
It seems we're having a different HOTA replacement from the Zai here. Wondering what we're going to be putting on the top lane for the blue box here. Minimalist walking down again. Another reset from Fwip here. The problem seems to... Yeah, we're going down the list. This is... Are we sure this isn't Scuff Cup, Wookie?
Well, I can't imagine there might be a little bit of scuff in there, but 5 of them. All right, so chat, what you guys want to do to stay hydrated, take a sip of water every time there's a reset. Go us 5 sips of... See, I got to look out for you guys, because we're all probably going...
And here we have a switch. Screw the sarcasm. We're going all in. We're going all in on birds. Whip to the end, baby. We do not stray from our original niche here. And we have Zai with the Bird Knights, which he's famously known for here.
I took one look at the sarcasm, tried a couple times, and went, forget this. I was like, I'm back to what I'm used to. Is she gonna have to reset? She's gonna have to reset.
No.
Okay.
No.
Right, well, hold on now. All right, Zai. So how does this work here now? All right. So the sarcasm didn't work. Birds had a leak there too. Now it's still Dragon King. It's now Dragon King's game again to take, unless they have to reset again. So are we gonna see a third niche? Are we gonna be like, next one? Zai just cycling through? Okay, still.
Will this be the stream we see? Is everything use abyssals?
What are we gonna see next? If birds fail again, what are we gonna see next? We see dragons come out? We're gonna see quartz come out? We're gonna see who are you gonna see? Who's your
Psylocke,
so.
Quartz, and Wizardell, 100%.
Pretty sure Wizardell is bad. As I just reached in a bad pool. I'm taking this one.
I don't care. I'm clearing this stage tonight.
One way or another. I think Dragon Kid's got a pretty good lockdown at this point. The
Right.
enemies are going down here. I'm not seeing any enemies scuttle through, so I think Dragon Kid is looking like they'll be okay here after a throw that I haven't seen a throw this bad since Lurky versus a Fang way back in the day. That was a game of throws.
Ooh.
Been a very, very long time since I tasted a throw to that extent.
And hopefully we don't see it again.
Hopefully not. But
hopefully not. Oh, speak of the devil! I spoke to. We should stop. Here.
Dude, we gotta stop cursing these people. We are cursing them at this point. We gotta stop cursing them. We've got so at what point, like, okay, you have a throw, like, boss, you got a throw. So at what point is this upgrade yeet or something? Like, what's beyond a throw? What goes? A yeet? A yote?
Yeet. A yeet. We're about to find out tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to find out. I do believe I see the dodge boys, the boxers are just chipping away. It seems to be the problem with their dodge being unexpectedly just lasting a bit longer and just messing and throwing things off.
Zai?
Oh,
okay. I was like, you good?
Okay.
I'm watching.
Okay. A very close call. As I said, the boxer boys, they're getting through. They're getting through.
So if I say that Zai has a lead now, does that mean Zai's about to throw it? Or are we or okay, I'm gonna be honest, this is pretty.
Don't speak of it, Wookie. Don't say a word.
Speaking of it is what makes it funny.
It'll happen again. Minimalist.
Remember, chat, hope you guys are staying hydrated.
Stay hydrated. Minimalist on NPS, spawning in, going down. Entelekia is ready with her swing along with Aya Fiala. Just getting that DPS down. Hopefully Surtur can hold down that bottom lane where the last boxer leaked last time.
Well, speaking of leaks, hey Chad, hope you're ready to take another drink for Chad, take another sip of water. We're going all the way tonight.
I gotta bring my jug out. Bring out.
Bring up. You got a double are you
double reset.
Players, are you okay? Players? Players? Are you okay?
Is it us, Wookie? Is it us, Wookie?
Are we the baddies here? Are we the baddies?
No, this may be sandbagging. They may like
true.
We maybe sandbagging.
That's true.
We want to downplay our team so that when we're faced, we're like we can go easy on them. I'm trying to be positive here. Maybe that's a strat.
Are we cursing them? No. It's the players who should make less mistakes. Yes, totally.
I believe it's the dodge. If we're being real, the dodge and the boxers that just they hit hard. They shred low defense units with their high attack or their low attack and high attack speed, shredding low defense units and just dodging. They were also a threat in the Knot event, so they're not to be messed with.
It's not just that with the dodge though. It's when the I'm kind of just gonna refer to them as the tanks come out. That's when you can see some damage because not only are they tanky, because I am referring to them as tanks, they also ramp up pretty hard on damage and kind of chew through your ops if you're not prepared for them, or if you're just don't quite have enough DPS to kill them time. It gets really spooky in that situation as Dragon Kid is paused. Dragon Kid, you good there? Okay, we're good.
It's part of the plan, just to make sure everything is going to right. A pause here or there, just to assure we can clear the map, is not out of the ordinary in my opinion. We need this map cleared, and who's going to clear it first? We will find out tonight.
I mean, at the rate we're going, we might find out tomorrow. I'm being honest with the amount of... We have had I see angry cursor wiggling on the side of Zai. I'm not entirely sure what the angry cursor wiggling entails, but it was a very angry cursor wiggle. As is Passenger gonna be able to kill that last punchy guy in time, or is it about to get funny again?
He's gonna make it.
He's got.
It's so close. A sliver of health. A slither of health. Oh, reset on
Dragon's got to reset again. I think I've lost count of how many resets. Hey, has anyone been tracking how many resets we got here at this point? Anyone, out of curiosity, anyone tracking how many resets we've had at this point? Can we get like a counter on the screen, perchance, of just like the number of total resets at this point? Because I'm genuinely curious. This has to be more than looking for Zafir.
And a reset from
2 more.
Oh, all right. Start your tallies. Start your tallies.
What do you mean start your tallies? Add like 10 to your tallies. We're like at 10
all right.
Like we're between the two. We're at like plus 10. Hey, chat, again, you guys are gonna be so hyped by the end of this. I'm looking out for you guys. You gotta like y'all don't. We gotta make sure we drink enough water, guys. See mods like Hina's mods. I'm looking out for y'all. She doesn't give you water, but I'm making sure you guys stay hydrated.
I got y'all. I got y'all. I got my big of water right here. I am actually tallying.
It's what is with like I'm looking at this just like so at what point is this now just being done for personal pride? Because there's been 0 changes to comps I think ever since Zeiss from Sarkaz to Birds. At what point is this just actual personal pride? Like, okay, I know I can clear with this. I have to clear with. I have to clear.
You know, I think you're right, Wookie. It is about pride because my theory is that although Zai is the bird, the flip lord, I'm going to make an assumption here and say that maybe she didn't practice on this stage with Birds and maybe she practiced on Sarkaz only might be the reason why. But then again, just the unpredictability of the Dodge Boys, and I'm going to say it all night. The Dodge Boys, the Boxer Boys, they're rough. They're definitely rough.
Quite a bit of dodging going on in this map in general.
Oh, and a double reset. I'm adding a tally, chat.
Add 2 to the tally. Add 2 to the tally. Drink some more water. More to the tally. Tallies for the resets for the reset god.
Oh wow!
Seriously, if I had a nickel every time we had a reset, it would be a lot of nickels. I've actually lost track of nickels. I might be able to buy some food with that amount of nickels. Like, it's a lot of nickels, actually. As I believe this is, if I'm understanding from what I'm hearing, the voices in my head that are making it known, we are now hitting sudden death. Of whoever gets more kills is going to win. No contingencies, most kills. Which, at this point, is just... Honestly, at this point, it's just who's going to reset last? Who's going to leak last at this point? That's kind of a question.
No contingency. We're just looking for no speed here. It seems like just most kills.
The contingencies... Oh, go ahead.
From what we've been told, go ahead.
I was gonna say, the contingency for Zai appears to have been optional at this point with the number of resets that we have had.
And go ahead.
I was gonna say, see, chap, that's the big brain strategy. If you and your opponent reset enough times, the contingency doesn't matter. Big brain, galaxy brain strat.
We're paused here, and they're just thinking about that strat. We just gotta hit that 42 or as close to it. If anything, right now would be the chance to clear it, and we'll just ignore all the tally points. We'll pretend it all never happened. If we see one clear here.
Not ignoring the tally points. This is the funniest set of. This is the most fun I've had with like. That's a thing. In fact, it's probably gone past Lurky's a thing. We now have the Zyratha versus Dragon Kid one. This is
going down. This is going down as one of the matches of all join up.
And this reset is to go beyond for like the 5th time. or we're beyond 5 at this point. But
definitely.
I would like to add the setups really have not changed. Still. It's still Birds versus Dragon Kid. Things have not changed.
Oh, and you know what? It might be what you were talking about. Pride. We're gonna get this done my way, or we're gonna crash and burn, and we're in sudden death, Matt. We're in sudden death, folks, and that's what we're gonna see. It's gonna be down to pride, a battle of pride here.
I like to say, Captain goes down with the ship, and Captain Zai is going down on the bird ship, come hell or high water.
We are seeing the DPS from Fiametta from the bottom. Gnosis trying to get that fragile down. Skill almost up. Over on NPS side, it seems like Minimalist is already down.
Minimalist is down on higher kill count, but as we've seen by the several resets that have happened, the kill count doesn't particularly matter if you end up leaking one. So the question is, do you play safer at this point, right? Because I've got her Helliger set up. Like, do you go for a safer setup because you're just trying not to die? Because I think I wonder if that's what both players opted for, or is this the point where it's like, all right, fine, we're not going to end up setting them.
It just might be. Oh, the leak. And the leak! You were talking about it, Wookie!
33.
Why would you do this NPS leak?
I curse nothing.
Oh,
I curse
no.
nothing. I did nothing wrong.
Wookie!
The kill count is
Zai.
32. The number to beat is 32. Zai needs to get to 33 kills if she wants to take this. As there's the big question mark of the angry tank that's coming through. Kanta's not able to stall. I don't know if Zai's gonna be able to get there. Is only a very sad Elysium who is about to have the worst day possible incoming, as Zai is trying to think of what to do here. But I don't think that Elysium's long for that world, I'm gonna be honest.
Elysium got it. Elysium, you got this, homie.
Well, he's got, I guess Zai has all the time in the world though. She can activate, that's a slow, but is she gonna be able to get anything set up in time? As I don't think so. Gnosis is not, nope, that freeze did not happen as as Dragon Kid takes this with, I believe, 32 kills against 22 in what has to be the most amount of resets I think I've ever seen.
That is crazy. I thought Elysium would have it. With a slow, along with the cart, you could see that Zai tried her best timing the defense down with the cart just to get Gnosis up. But we're going to keep going here, see if we can get any further in the stage. Just from the pride of the whip.
The pride of the whip is unfortunately not enough to carry the whip over the line. As MPS, after having been down basically an entire map, takes this in, I don't even want to know how many overtimes this is, as it takes a sudden death with a kill count of 32 to 19. Big congrats to Team NPS. I actually don't know what I just watched there, but I'm very hydrated thanks to it.
Me as well, Wookie. This might have been the Scuff Cup. It's join op. Oh wait, rest assured, audience. But very good efforts from both sides. Very valiant fight put up by Zai, and it just didn't work out for the Flippers or the Sarkaz. We hate to see it, but sometimes in this case, it wasn't down to speed. It was just down to who knows the stage, and can you clear it to begin with. So
practice your maps to all the players. Practice your maps. Know your maps, because knowing is half the battle. I think I just made myself sound extra old with that one.
It's all right. It's all right. You bring a fair point. Or this was the master plan. They didn't want you to know the ultimate Sarkaz bird strats from Flip.
Oh, true. The super stand that
know
from both players. True.
But yeah, it was really interesting for me to see just the combination of Dodge Boys and the face whackers just dealing crazy damage. And just running it down, just absolutely running it down. And Minimalist was not even the problem there. It was simply the trash mobs. It was simply the trash mobs. And sometimes you calculate so much for the boss, and then you just completely forget, oh wait, I have to clear the rest of the stuff with, what the rest of what I got in the strats. So
At the same time, then, like, how much of an indictment is that on Minimalist, where it's like, I'm the boss, right? I'm the big enemy in this stage. Nah, dude, get out of the way. I gotta deal with this dodge guy first. Scarier. And he's just sitting. Minimalist like, oh, okay. Like, how demoralizing do you think you have to be if you're Minimalist, right? You're like, I'm not the one causing this. No, out of the way.
he's the trash ball. We need to focus on the face punchers, but it seems like we're gonna be going into the next contingency real quick here.
As there it is, naval hierarchies. When this contingency is revealed, each member of the team must have at least 2 operators of each rarity in their squad, not counting 1 and 2 stars. So you have to have at least 2 3 stars, at least 2 4 stars, 2 5 stars, and I don't think I need to say at least 2 6 stars, because that's 5s and 6s are probably the easiest ones to see.
Right.
To be honest.
Yeah. Oh, 1 and 2 star operators are exempt, so it seems like we're only bringing 3, 4, 5, 6. If you're correct.
Yes, you would only need to bring 2 of each one, unless we both really failed basic counting, which is also a possibility. I'm going to be honest at this point. I mean, we couldn't count how many resets there were, so we might have failed basic.
We couldn't, but I think we got this. We got 2 3 stars, 2 4 stars, 2 5 stars, 2 6 stars. I'm going to be honest, Wookie. I do not believe that this should affect much, because the whole point of joint op is we're intentionally trying to bring in different operators and different squads, and I believe naturally you're gonna have like those 3-star, not 3-star, maybe 4-star picks, like we've seen Jay on SN10, and 5-star picks, you know, for like Talopsis and the Silence. So it may work out in the end, but then again, it could throw a wrench in the works, of course.
I think the biggest wrench is gonna be the 3 stars, because it's gonna be 3 stars and what 4 stars are they going to try to take? Because there are good 4 stars that you can use in these. It's just, if you're running a full squad, then the question is, okay, do you have a strat so you can have effectively 2 dead slots, because you don't need them in your, it doesn't work with you don't need them in your strat, right? But if you don't have that, all of a sudden it's like, okay, how are you, what's your plan there, right? Are you gonna grab like a Fang and a Scavenger? Or are you gonna grab like an Anakiel and a Cruise? Like, what's your plan there, right? Because I think we have, I want to say off the top of my head, it's like something like 10 to 12 3-star operators. I actually don't remember exactly how many we have, but you got a couple of casters, you got some snipers, right? Like, do you just opt for range ones because they're just easier to fiddle with, or do you opt for Vanguards because you just get some free DP or free block count, or do you just opt for defenders for the free block count? I mean, honestly, they probably could have used a defender or 2 back in ICS4 with the amount of times things have died and something just scuttles on through.
Right, just finding that utility from, you know, what we're talking about, the dead spots of the 3-star units. Like you said, probably the block would be very useful. Maybe Midnight for the extra range, maybe. I'm just trying to think, but I would not assume Vanguards unless we're looking for a very niche, maybe Heli drop, just extra body to throw down for really cheap. Vanguards, I do not think is the option here, but definitely I do see defenders taking possibly a stage, but no matter what, we're gonna have 2 slots that are essentially dead.
I was gonna say, you can actually make a Vanguard work for a 3-star or a 4-star, because Fang's skill is auto activation. So if you're not that worried about, if you don't need to generate DP super fast, if it's a slower opening map, you can kind of just plop Fang down in a corner and just let it passively generate DP for you. So you can make that work, as I believe we're getting an update that it's looking like it's not everyone on the team, it's not every member of the team will be affected, it is singular players will be affected by this. So it'll be like our the other contingencies. As for Team FPS, Chen will be taking the contingency. As for Team Flip, Starnancy will be taking the contingency.
All right. And again, once again, the contingency is one member of each team must have 2 operators of each rarity in their squad. 1 star and 2-star operators are exempt, so we leave 3, 4, 5, and 6 stars here. And yeah, I'm stoked. I'm stoked to see this match.
Like I was saying, I mean, yeah, because at that point, okay, that opens it up a little more, right? You can adjust a bit more because your 6 is already covered. Because, well, you know, you're probably bringing 6 stars anyway for the raw power. And then you probably have a couple of 5s for support or DP gen or some kind of utility, right? It's the 4s and 3s that I'm curious to see what happens there. As here we go, we got Eisner versus Crave here. As no contingencies on this side, so I expected to see something pretty, I want to say pretty standard, nothing too crazy on this end. As we got Specialist Knights versus Eisner's comp there with the U and the Lapland. This should be interesting to see.
It will be. It seems NPS is starting off again with the Ulpianus, most likely on the left side, just to hold it down. Again, with you, we have Inez in the top right for the Invis reveal, slow, and just general DPS, and, you know, pretty much the whole kit with Inez, now that I think about it. We do have fast redeploys. Oh, man. What was that, Wookie?
Oh, you just had me giggling with just like, Inez with the this and the, you know, just the whole kit.
just everything with Inez. Really strong pick. And you know, oh, and speaking of picks, we have Thorns, a Lodestar on the top right. Crave going for that option here. As the boss appears, the last to talk, being the last to die here. Oh my goodness gracious.
I think it's a Thorns alt with S2 as Will of Wee Many, as End Speaker does go down there, which I believe that was phase 3, because phase 4 starts around, like, you know, maybe a little bit later, because I see the Reef Breakers coming in, they got right? So I think we're about to hit phase 4 of End Speaker there, as Icer's got some catching up to do, down by about 20-ish kills, because I feel that was a bit of a late start on their end, which is, oh, that's just unfortunate when you see that happen.
Ooh, and Ulpianus actually taking the top right position here for the End Speaker. And then we also have Lapland taking care of all the mobs on the top. And we did slot in Texas on NPS on the left side. So we are getting that bullet time deduction there. But let's see if it pays off, so we have ease of mind when we're just clearing out the trash mobs. And I'm just curious to see. I'm just curious to see how this shapes up.
Down goes
Crave. Oh, all the way down. Yato alt misses a single thing. Hopefully, it doesn't make a difference.
Nah, no difference.
Okay, that's we're through. We're through. Flip going on to the second map. Let's see in their hotbar. It appears to be Sleep Knights again.
Well, it's Sleep Knights and friends.
Plus and friends. Okay. We have friends. I saw the gravel. I was like, hold on, wait a second. I'm pretty sure gravel does not sleep.
You gotta adjust for the contingencies. So it's like, you know, Sleep Knights, they had a couple friends, because that's what was that? You have for the 3s, you have that's Plume and Cardigan. For the 4s, that's Gravel and where's the other 4? Actually, I'm trying to look around. Where's the other 4? Where? Oh, Podenko. There we go.
Podenko.
Almost called her C, and I was like, wait, no, that's Pogdenko. And then 5s, you got 5s are already set, 6s are already set. So yeah, that will meet the contingency Rex, as Chen is making a furious comeback to try to tie this game up. I mean, kill count is actually getting pretty close, given how close those the last couple of rounds ended. But as we've seen, the question really comes down to, are they able to clear IPS4? I'm gonna be honest.
After the last showing, I'm a little bit nervous, but I am a believer. I'm always a believer here, as we saw Chen just absolutely mow down Poncho with that Warfarin and Exia combo. I have high hopes. Oh no, I spoke too soon. We're having a reset on NPS. Poncho nuking the whole map, and we have a reset here.
I think it's because of the 3 stars and the 4s that are having to get brought there. Or else, like, Dude, we gotta stop. We gotta stop cursing these people.
Wait, like,
we gotta stop cursing people.
About it. I'll stop. I'll stop.
We gotta stop cursing people at this point.
We
It might be
gotta
us.
stop.
It might be us at this point. I don't know, but it might be us at this point.
But it's looking like Starnincy has a pretty comfortable lead here after the slight delay here from Chen. Will Chen be able to come back here? We do have the powerhouse squad. Again, we saw Lemon doing work on previous maps. So maybe it will be enough DPS. We have the Warframe Exia set up again on the top right to quickly catch up. Poncho is going to get absolutely melted. Starnincy is just chilling with all the Arise minions. And it's just going to be a game of catch up here. NPS, hopefully. Cat and mouse game here. We'll see at map 3.
Yeah, we're gonna see map 3. That's really, again, that's like the big question, right? Is how's that map 3 gonna go? Hope you have your tally ready, Comfy, just in case. I'm hoping we don't see any resets on ICS4, because hopefully not. We got no contingencies this time. There's no like weighing down, as Zai's already got the setup going. But again, the question is, what is the run for Birds here? Are Birds able to take this? As Chen's got some catching up to do, having to do that reset was very unfortunate on their side. But again, valiant effort coming out from Chen here. And again, it could be anyone's game. Chen just has to get through this map and give Dragon Can a chance.
It may be a close game. I will not say anything for the sake of our players here, but let us see if Chen can pull off some miracles here. With this powerhouse squad, we have dog placement up on the top left, just preparing for the spawn kills here. We're seeing Minimalist on Zai's screen. We do have a very similar setup. We have a Fartooth Snipe with Gnosis Fragile going down.
Yeah, slowly taking damage. I don't believe the boss is frozen, so it's not going to be that full. If I remember right, it's something around 54% fragile that you're getting from Gnosis because, well, the boss isn't frozen, right? I believe the boss is actually immune to getting frozen. For Gnosis, and Freeze was pretty strong back in the day. So it's not surprising that enemies adjusted to it. But going down here, Middle is going to spawn. The question is, how much of a challenge are the Dodge Boys going to be? That's what I think it just boils down to.
You can really mistake how tanky they are. They look small and frail. Their HP goes down, but once they hit that halfway point, they just start punching away, getting that damage amp, getting that dodge, and just causing problems again with these mobs here. Even the ones that aren't boxers, a lot of these mobs just have dodge, and we'll see. It's an uncertain factor. I still again will not say anything. For the sake of our players here, I will not go into it, but I have high hopes here, and I do believe that we will see a full clear here.
Gotta believe at this point. We just gotta believe in the full clear and pray that it happens. We've got Passenger swap to S3. That's actually a big swap because I think Passenger on S2 previously for Zai. Now the Passenger's on S3, that's a bit more burst that he can chunk down. So pretty big change there. Tanks are starting to come out. Tanks are going to get melted down by Gnosis and Irene there. Oh, almost.
Ooh, surviving.
Almost. But one. There we go. One passenger should be.
There we go. And maybe that one change was what we needed. Just getting that AoE down, making sure all the mobs are just dead and done. And because the boss, of course, like what we were saying earlier, just Minimalist isn't quite the problem. It's just these mobs. So that S3 on Passenger might be the game changer here. It's 26-16. Similar setup from Dragonkin here with the Surtur S1 in the bot lane, saving some time. Here comes the face whacker on Hoshi.
Face has down been Hoshi.
Whacked face here.
Say for Minimalist, would you say his Minimalist impact is minimal?
White.
I'll show myself out for that one.
Don't say that. Now they're gonna have a problem with Minimalist. He is gone from the map though. But hold on. I don't want to say anything.
That's true. Don't say
35 for 29. I will not say anything regarding resets.
You
But
just
it's
said the
look
word.
good. Okay. Oh no.
It made it looking good. They made it further than they ever had in the previous one, so it's looking okay. One last enemy. We saw it clear. We saw an ICS4 clear. We saw it clear.
We have a clear tonight. Wow. G's whip taking it. Dragonkin following close behind with the dodgy boy, just taking that time, and we do get a clear from both players. I am very proud of what has occurred just now, Wookie.
Redemption for both players as both clear ICS4 on the first go without resets. I realize how smug my beat is. This is but clear no resets. That's the important part.
That's good. That's good.
Redemption.
We redemption, pride, and we took it. Zyrthan said, "I'm standing on bird business. I'm standing on Fwit business. I'm taking this around," and they both cleared it first try. I seriously have to give ups for both players there, and it just coming from that many losses and that much failure, and just coming back and just clearing the task is what we like to see here in joint op, and it's something to really applaud.
Yeah, like generally, like the tenacity from both players, right? One to have, to hold the mental, right? Because if you have to reset it that many times, like you're gonna get kind of frustrated. I feel like we're just like, it's like, oh my god, I can't believe that this happened again. And then if playing on tilt, you start maybe making a little more mistakes, and it just kind of snowballs from there. Or alternatively, they might both be cackling at the amount of your opponent is reset. Your opponent is reset. Who knows? Maybe at some point, maybe you laugh and it clears up your mental. But sheer tenacity of both players here to be commended.
Yeah, and that's what joint op is all about here. Just really, really nice matches that we have. Hopefully this served as a really nice introduction for those who are new to the joint op space into what to expect on Saturday, where yes, you'll be stuck with me and Wookie again that night. So we'll see you there. Wookie, anything to close?
Well, I'm expecting. Well, one, the contingencies are definitely going to be different. We're going to see the same ones, right? This was a stream demo.
Right,
More
right.
just to kind of show y'all, what's going on. Right? But on the actual tournament, we're going to see more fun contingencies. We probably will see some more harder contingencies as we get to grand finals. And I'm just curious to see what kind of strats are being brought out. Like, we saw some niche strats being brought out. We saw, more expected stuff like, your Exu Altar, right? We saw logos being brought out, so a lot of more things. So I'm hoping to see.
And more to see on Saturday. A lot more to see on Saturday. Make sure to tune in, and yeah, that'll be it. That'll be it for us. Thank you again.
Thank you. I've been the Wookie Bean.
Alrighty, everybody. Sorry, I realized I was muted for a second, but anyways, that is gonna be a wrap on our stream demo. Apologies for all the scuff. First off, apologies for the stream scuff on my end. I realize there are a few logistics things that we need to iron out before the main day, but that is exactly why we have the stream demo, because if we have any scuffs, then at least we can figure it out before the main day. And also, I do want to say a big shout out to Wookie and Comfy. Let's go! This was, their first time. Well, I guess Wookie is a familiar face to the scene, but Comfy, this was his first time casting, so, big shout out to him. I think they both did wonderful with all the stuff that went on. And of course, big shout out to our 4 teams today. I believe it was Yuri, Kelp, and then afterwards it was MPS, and Flip had to step in last minute as a substitute. So if you saw some stuff, they were also not expected to play today. So hopefully things will get ironed out. But honestly, if anything, it was really cool to see some operators being used. I didn't expect. I think the Sleep Knights caught me off guard. I think that was pretty awesome. And yeah, not to say that all the other squads weren't amazing as well. But anyways, one thing also that I want to mention is that with the stream demo, with the contingencies that you just saw, those are, you could think of as throwaway debuffs and contingencies. The lower quality ones that we would probably never show in a real competition, right? So yeah, some of them you can tell were a little bit interesting, a little bit scuffed. So just know that with the real ones that are coming on Saturday, we have thought through them a lot more, and we have prepared a lot more for those and play tested those, and seem to, you know, at least so far from feedback, it seems like they are pretty well balanced. So hopefully, you know, things will go a lot more smoother on Saturday when that comes in 2 days, by the way. So one last thing is that if you haven't joined our Discord yet, if you were only a spectator today and you didn't, you know, you haven't joined yet, we do have a Discord server specifically for joint operation. Over there, you can get all the rules if in the future you by chance want to participate. Once again, it is a 3-man relay race. And, you know, let's just say if you're a newer, or, you know, if you're a little bit, you know, not as confident with playing, we do have easy, medium maps as well. So feel free to just join in whichever map you feel is most comfortable. But also, hopefully with this demo, it has kind of shown you what exactly you are going to be expecting on the main day. One thing is, first, please practice your maps. I didn't think I would need to say that, but please practice your maps. The fact that people weren't even affected by the contingencies, and yet we had to go to sudden death. That was not in my bingo book, is all I'm gonna say. So please practice your maps. And then second of all, of course, with contingencies, to please be able to practice adjusting your squads on the go. Because one thing, I don't know if it was explicitly said, but you will only have 3 minutes after the contingency is revealed to be able to adjust your squad. All right, so you don't have all the time in the world. So with that in mind, just please note that you know, need to be able to adjust on the fly, right? So that is why it is truly going to be a test of not only time of how fast you can clear the run, but how fast you can also think on the fly, right? So how fast you can adapt. All right. That is enough yapping for me. Once again, thank you so much to everyone for joining in for our stream demo. There was a shit ton of scuff, but hey, that's what we are. But we'll definitely try to iron out a lot of details before the main event. And with that, I guess we will just call things. Alrighty, I'm gonna go. Let's see, is anyone streaming right now? I might go send a raid over. Boop, 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 boop. Or we're gonna say bye to the YouTube side. Bye bye, YouTube. Hopefully, also, if you were watching on the YouTube live stream of things, please join the Discord server if you haven't yet for joint operation. The link is in the description. And please let me know any feedback, right? This is our first time doing dual casting on both platforms. So if there was any lag, any issues, scuff, please let us know.